Hey guys, every now and then you stumble upon a tool and you wonder, how the heck did this thing exist without me knowing? Like, you know, either you've wrenched on your stuff for a long period of time, or you've worked with certain things for a long period of time, and it seems logical when you find out that the tool exists, and then you think, why the heck did I not think about it? Let me share one of those tools with you right now. Okay guys, so here is the tool I'm talking about. And what this is a brake fluid tester. So what is it looking for? It's actually looking for moisture in your brake fluid. Now, the brake system should be a sealed system. However, over time, seals crack, they leak. Moisture has its ability to work its way in. Now, we should be checking our brake fluid on a regular basis just to make sure our levels are topped off, and then you generally want to see whether or not the brake fluid is dirty, and if it is, then you want to flush your system and put some new fluid in. What you can't see, at least not always or easily all the time, is whether or not you have moisture in your brake fluid. And that can lead to a bunch of different problems. Like, it could be leading to your brakes, expanding and grabbing on you and stuff like that. So it's, you generally don't know until you start to have problems. But with this little tester here, you're actually able to do a quick check while you're either topping off your fluid or potentially just looking to see how clean it is. And it's simple. So this is my first time buying it. I want to test it. Let's see how well it works. And I got to throw a big shout out to the guys over at Dirt Bags. So if you don't watch their YouTube channel, check them out. Mikey Loco and the guys over there doing some amazing stuff on bikes. But in one of their little tech tips, one of their guys, Isaiah, actually pointed out using a tester like this. And they're not expensive. This is dirt cheap. Actually, I bought this one off of Temu. No brand. So let's see how well it works. I've heard it's kind of hit and miss, but let's give it a shot. So here's what we're going to do. I've got a cup with some water in it. I got some .3 brake fluid and a clear cup here, so we can throw some fluid in there, and we're going to do a test. We're going to see how well it reads the brake fluid. And then we're going to add a little bit of water and see how well it detects it. So I'm not quite sure how this is going to work out. It takes one AAA battery. So you don't have to worry about anything kind of crazy, any kind of, special pill battery or whatever. So you got a cap. It's got two little prongs there, and then you just stick those prongs into the fluid and turn it on. Or I guess you can probably turn it on beforehand. So let's go ahead and turn it on. All right, so we got a 0%, and I'm assuming that this percentage tells you what percentage of the fluid contains moisture or water in it. So right now it's reading 0. That's a good thing because we're not in anything. And it looks like anything between 0 and 2% is okay. 3% and higher is not so great, right? So let's go ahead and test it. So we're going to turn it on. I'm going to put it in. And this is actually, you don't want to touch the bottom of the cup. You just want to measure the fluid. So measuring the fluid, it's 0%. I did notice that when I touch the bottom of the cup, it throws the reading off. So you want to float it in the fluid. Don't touch the stuff, because it's probably measuring the resistance within the fluid. Okay, so we got a good reading with clean fluid. That's expected. So let's throw a little bit of water in here and see what it does. And I'm gonna just throw in, I'm gonna throw in 1 milliliter. Now, you know what, let's go less. Let's do half. I wanna try it with just a little bit of water. And actually, we'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's probably a lot of water for this little bit of brake fluid, but let's see what it measures out. Oh, we're gonna give it a shot. So turn it on. Float it, and well, depending on where, so it's like the water's not mixed in with the brake fluid, but I am getting a reading. So I am showing every now and then the 1% kind of lines up. So in this particular situation, according to this, I thought it was too much, but it would be good. And I don't know, truth be told, what the acceptable level of water is. So let's go ahead and we're going to kick it up by another milliliter of water and see what we get. So now at this point in the cup, you can barely make out a little bit of like swirling, the fact that it's not 100% mixing, but it's hard to tell because they're both clear liquids. So let's measure it. There we go. Now we're getting in more of a, we're getting into that 2%. All right, let's throw a little bit more water in. I'm gonna throw another milliliter in there. And I'm no scientist, so I didn't measure out exactly how much brake fluid I put in, so forgive me on that one. We'll go ahead and turn it on. And yeah, we're getting, you see that? So now we're getting a strong reading of 3 to 4%. So that would tell us, hey, you got too much moisture in your brake fluid. So that's pretty cool. Now, I don't have anything to compare it to, really, to say that the percentage reading was exactly right. I guess I could do it again and really mix up the parts, but ultimately, at the end of the day, you want something quick and easy. You're not going to sit there and go, is it exactly right? Like, let the machine do its job, and it'll help you prevent dealing with problems that you might develop with moisture in your brake system. So this will work not only on motorcycles, but also work on cars. So if you got an older car and you want to check that, like you've never changed the brake fluid or whatever, you can do a quick check with this tool. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys, so there you have it, man. And I can tell you that, like, this is probably not the best quality of device considering what I paid for it and where I got it through. This, of course, is made overseas for a very, very low price. There are much, much higher quality devices on Amazon. I would recommend, if you're going to be using it, you know, even like myself, as frequently as I'm going to be using it, you probably want to invest a little bit more money. I think I paid like $2 for this thing. It was ridiculous. It was like really, really cheap. I'm sure if you buy the one that's, you know, 15, 20 bucks, you're going to get a much higher quality device, and that's much, much more accurate than this one. But it just goes to show, I mean, the whole concept of it works. It's easy to use, to test, and I just, it kind of surprised me that I had never seen anything like this before. But it makes total sense that it exists. So I hope, you know, showing you this gives you, you know, another thing to use, another tool to check out your bike or your car for your brake fluid, to make sure that you don't have too much moisture in your system. Or if you're having problems with your brakes, maybe you want to take a look at it and make sure you don't have problems related just to the moisture being in that fluid. So if you enjoyed this video, hit that thumbs up. If you enjoy my content, become a subscriber. And until my next video does post, I hope to see you in the win.